Thank you, Dr. Daniels, for hosting this important event today. In some parts of our world today, humanity seems to be moving backwards towards violence and darkness.
Today is a somber day for many of us who look back in recent years and see that never again has never actually meant never again.
Without justice, there can be no conflict resolution, reconciliation, or sustainable peace.
Z kobietami jezyckimi, które zostały bardzo okrutnie potraktowane przez bojowników państwa islamskiego, które dzisiaj często same z dziećmi są w obozach, które są bez administracji, żeby pomagać im odbudować ich godność, bo tylko o to proszą, one nie chcą pieniędzy.
Application of the law to the facts at hand leads to the conclusion ISIS is clearly responsible for genocide against Yazidis, Christians, Shia Muslims in areas it controls or is controlled.
A key weapon of genocidal missions by ISIS was a targeting of women and girls as a means to destroy their families and their communities.
Unlike most who have perpetrated these types of atrocities in the past, ISIS actually publicized and celebrated its violence as a fulfillment of its ideological mission. The U.S. created the global coalition, working with our partners on the ground here, the Syrian Democratic Forces, to fight and ultimately destroy the caliphate.
It is time that ISIS perpetrators were held to account for all gross injustices committed in Syria, Iraq, and elsewhere.
ISIS conducted terrorist activities in different countries, and ISIS detainees in our prisons belong to more than 70 nationalities.
We remain outraged at the unspeakable crimes committed by Daesh in Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. We must not allow Daesh to threaten our homelands or the countries of our partners in the Middle East ever again.
Former ISIS fighters are in prisons throughout the region, with many countries unwilling to repatriate or try the foreign fighters. Setting up Nuremberg-style tribunals for captured ISIS fighters is an important step towards justice.
Po prostu muszą być rozliczone i myślę, że bez rozliczenia tej zbrodni nie możemy mówić o tym, że nastąpi jakakolwiek sprawiedliwość i że zastopujemy falę nienawiści, która moim zdaniem zaczyna się bardzo mocno odradzać.
I humbly bow my head and pay tribute to all those men, women, and children who have been killed for who they are, for what they believed in. I pay tribute to their profession of faith, testimony, and steadfastness that they have set before us. We must not be silent when encroached on our fundamental human rights, religious freedom, and the right to life.
But in the midst of darkness, in the midst of what these survivors have seen, they have decided that they will refuse to be silent of the horrors endured, that they will speak up for each other, for their communities. And as they share their stories with us, they ask the question, where are you, world?
Bringing to justice the Islamics responsible for the crimes committed against these communities would also remind the world of the fate of the forgotten and lonely victims. Thanks to the support of the Polish society, we managed to provide funds to run refugee camps in Iraq, Kurdistan.
Human rights are universal. Every individual human being bears these fundamental rights. Every moment, every day, always.
We created the Universal Rights Academy to harness the power of digital media, to spread the principles of universal rights in the digital age. Universal rights are so important that civilization and the future of humanity depend upon not tolerating the violation of these rights at any time for any reason. If the phrase "never again" is to have meaning, we must go beyond punishment to prevention. So along with other like-minded NGOs, Good of All is launching universalrights.org to educate and inspire a digital generation with the vision of universal rights for all people everywhere.